Before the days of TV or radio, neighbours entertained themselves by visiting each other's houses and entertaining themselves with chat, stories, songs, music and dance. These were known as Rambling House sessions. Our first plan was to stage a genuine Rambling House session and encourage all viewers to join in the singing with the cast, with the texts on a back screen on stage. COVID stopped that. We do wish to give a sense of what a Rambling House session is like, so we decided to go ahead with a simulated session in visual, with abbreviated songs and without the music, stories, jokes and dance that are usually part of the session. The songs we chose are done so because they are similar to those that Kevin would have heard or indeed sang. Come Back Paddy Riley was a party piece of his, and The Boys of Wexford was sung by his brother Mick. Any or all of the following songs can still be heard at Rambling House sessions today.
Good evening. You're welcome to our Rambling House. Come in and close the door and sit around the old turf fire as we did in days of yore. Come back into the past with me as we speak of bygone days when life was far more simple and we all had purer ways. There were no lounge bars or discos, TV and mobile phones we just did not know. So let's reminisce about how things were in Carlow long ago. Good evening, everybody. We're here in Carlow tonight for a rambling session, somewhat different than our normal rambling session because of COVID-19. There's all kinds of restrictions and we have to adhere to that. And for anybody that's not used to what the Rambling House and Story Houses in the southeast are about, let me just say that what we endeavour to do is bring everything that's good from the past into the present, and also bring our history from the past into the present so that it will be there for future generations. Unfortunately, our history hasn't always been good because we were under foreign rule for hundreds of years, and unfortunately it's a troubled history in a lot of cases. However, we're here tonight and some of my good friends have joined me here tonight for a rambling session. Hello lads, come in, you're welcome. Come on in. Two fine young men here, and these two men, incidentally, are great-grandnephews of Kevin Barry. This is Ryan Barry, and this is Chris Barry. Well, great to have you here, lads, so we hope you enjoy what's going to take place from here on in. So, without further ado, by the way, we keep an eye on Tony Malone there. He's a devil for the sandwiches, and I know he always gets over in the corner, and if you didn't watch him, the old hand would go in under the tin foil and he'd be nibbling away at him, so just keep an eye on him, lads, for me, won't you? Yeah, so look, we're going to go straight away into our first guest tonight, Mr. Liam Murphy from Rathvilly. Liam, when you're ready, sir.
I'm in exile from Erin, sure there's many miles between the place I was born on the old village green, where I played in my childhood. There's few there who know how I long for Rathvilly, where the sweet Slaney flows. In history's pages there's none can deny how our brave Kevin Barry for freedom did die. May long live his cause where the green shamrocks grow, in the fields round Rathvilly where the sweet Slaney flows.
That was lovely, Liam. Absolutely lovely. A beautiful ballad, and that ballad, incidentally, was written by the late Stephen Murphy, who happens to be Liam's dad. So it's poignant in a whole lot of ways and an emigration song as well. So there we are. So we don't have time for any great speeches or anything tonight, so we'll just kick on. Incidentally, did I ever tell you about Oscar Wilde, what he said about speeches? And it's probably relevant to me as well. He said there was 3 main ingredients in giving a speech: knowing when to stand up, knowing when to speak up, and knowing when to shut up. So that's why we're not having anything like that tonight, lads. So anyway, we'll kick on again. I'll go to this lady on my right here, all the way from downtown Pollerton here in Carlow. Mary Butler, let's have you. What have you for us?
Who will plough the fields now, and who will sow the corn, and who will watch the sheep now, and keep them neatly shorn? Oh, the stack that's in the haggard, untrashed it may remain, since Johnny, lovely Johnny, went to fight the King of Spain. Oh, the girls from the Bonog in sorrow may retire. Oh, the piper and his bellows may go home and blow the fire. For Johnny, lovely Johnny, is sailing o'er the main, along with other patriots to fight the King of Spain.
Lovely, Mary. Thank you very much. The Bantry Girls Lament. Well done, Mary.
Thank you.
There's a colony down in South Carlow leading into Wexford called Bantry, and that's where that song, if you like, emanated, like another emigration song. Thank you very much, Mary. Now, we'll keep it moving now, and we'll go to the man that I was accusing. Did he touch the sandwiches yet, lads? No, he didn't. That's fair enough. All right. Mr. Tony Malone, all the way from Green Road. Tony, in your own time, sir.
Oh, see the fleet-foot host of men who march with faces drawn, from farmstead and from fisher's cot, along the banks of Bann. They come with vengeance in their eyes, too late our day. For young Roddy McCarley goes to die on the bridge of Toom today. Up the narrow street he steps, smiling, proud and young. About the hemp rope on his neck his golden ringlets hung. There ne'er a tear in his blue eyes, fearless, brave are they, as young Roddy McCarley goes to die on the bridge of Toom today.
Well done, Tony. Lovely. Thank you very much. Lovely. Another great ballad of Roddy McCarley, who, like Kevin Barry, lost his life by the hangman's rope on the bridge of Toom up in County Antrim, and he's buried in Little Dunedin Cemetery up there in Antrim. Thank you, Tony. And we've had Rathvilly and Pollerton and the Green Road, and we'll go down to the south of the county now to my good friend Paddy Lawless. When you're ready, Paddy, let's be having you, whatever you have for us.
Thanks,
Good lad.
thanks, John.
All right, Paddy.
The minstrel boy to the war is gone. In the ranks of death you will find him. His father's sword he had girded on, and his wild harp slung behind.
lovely old Irish theme song, and Tom Moore, of course, wrote that song, Ireland's Balladeer, down from Dublin and Wicklow, and he brought in, I suppose, the harp into it, and that has been acknowledged on postage stamps and everything ever since. That again, it's all part of, if you like, the struggle for liberty and freedom that was going on for the past couple of 100 years. Thank you, Paddy. Now, sure, we've had a quick run across there, so I think we'll go back to Rathvilly, lads. As good a spot as any, isn't it? Yeah, we'll go back to Liam Murphy. Liam, have you something else for us, please? Thank you.
Oh, Paddy dear, did you hear the news that's going round? The shamrock is forbid by law to grow on Irish ground. No more St. Patrick's Day will keep, his colour can't be seen. For there's a bloody law again, the wearing of the green. I met with Napper Tandy, and he took me by the hand, saying, how is poor old Ireland, or how does she stand? She's the most distressful nation that ever yet was seen, for they're hanging men and women for the wearing of the green. For the wearing of the green, for the wearing of the green. Oh, they're hanging men and women for the wearing of the green.
Ah, well done. Lovely, Liam. And again, as you can hear in the words of the song that Liam has just sung for you, the wearing of the green became very popular. There was a big struggle between the red and the green. Well done, Liam, and thank you very much. Mary, have you another one for us there? You haven't been around for the last couple of months, so you haven't, and you're back tonight, so don't let me down and make a real name for yourself now. Right, okay, Mary Butler once more.
Step together, boldly tread, firm each foot, erect each head, fixed in front be every glance, forward on the word advance. Serret flies that foes may dread, like the deer on mountain heather. Tread light, step right, steady boys and step together. Steady boys and step together.
Well done, Mary. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Again, there's a theme to that, and it's a very important one, really, because on the eve of Kevin Barry's execution on the 1st of November, well, it would have been the last day of October, on that evening, Kevin's mother, Mary, and his sister, Kathy, or Kitby as she was known at the time, they went in to visit Kevin in his cell. And things became very sort of dull, as you can imagine, because the man was going to be executed the next morning. But Kevin lifted the atmosphere within the room or within the cell, and he started to whistle that very tune that Mary had just sang, Step Together. And as his mother and his sister left the cell, he saluted the song, if you like, Step Together, as he left. And that was very relevant, Mary, and very poignant, and well done, and thank you for that. So now, there we are. So Mr. Malone is still sitting over here, all pensive and waiting to get going again. And no better man, great. Tony has probably a bigger store of songs than anyone else that I know, so I'm not sure what he has. But whatever you have, Tony, we'd like to hear you.
In comes the captain's daughter, the captain of the Oz, saying, brave united Irishman, we'll ne'er again be foes. £1,000 I'll bring if you will fly from home with me and dress in man's attire and fight for liberty. We are the boys of Wexford who fought with heart and hand, who burst in twain the galling chain and free our native land. Noel.
Well done, Tony. Thank you very much. Another great ballad, perhaps Wexford, I'd say, has some of the greatest ballads because of the whole struggle in that from 1798 right up to 1916 and indeed on to 1922. And that again was a great rebel song in Wexford, and thank you for that, Tony. Now, Paddy Lawless, you're next on the line again, Paddy, so whatever you have for us, we'd like to hear it.
We'll give the long lad a belt, maybe.
Fair enough, they got whoever he is. We don't know yet, but I'm sure we will find out. Paddy Lawless from Borris, good man.
What's the news, oh my bold shall hear, with his long barrel gun of the sea? Say what wind from the south brings a messenger here, with this hymn of the dawn for the free. Goodly news, though I bring Newton fort, goodly news shall I hear, Bargy man. The boys march at morn from the south and the north, led by Kelly, the boy from Killarn. In the start he's in flames and Wexford is won, and tomorrow the Barrow will cross. On the hill or the town they have planted a gun that will batter the gateway to Ross. All the footmen and bargemen will march o'er the heath, with brave Harvey to lead in the van. And the foremost of all in that grim gap of death will be Kelly, the boy from Killarn.
Well done, Paddy. Thank you very much. Well done. Lovely, lovely.
Thanks, John.
That was a lovely ballad. Again, a lovely Wexford ballad. About John Kelly, the boy from Killarn, of course. Incidentally, the Kelly family came from Kilbranish in South County Carlow originally. They then moved to Kilteely and latterly to Killarn, hence the name Kelly, the boy from Killarn. But before we leave tonight, we'd like to Liam Murphy, maybe Liam, if you'd be good enough to give us a verse or that of the song that Kevin Barry himself used to sing. And you know what that is.
Oh, the Garden of Eden has vanished, they say, but I know the lie of it still. Just turn to the left at the bridge of Kinney and stop when halfway to Coot Hill. It's where I will find it, I know sure enough, when fortune has answered my call. For the grass, it grows green around Ballydamesdove, and the blue sky hangs over it all. And tones that are tender and tones that are gruff are whispering over the sea. I come back, Paddy Riley, to Ballydamesdove. Come home, Paddy Riley, to me. Thank you.
And I can't think of anybody that could sing that any better. Lee Murphy, thank you very much. Folks, that brings us more or less to the end of our evening here. And all I'll say to you is that as you slide down the banisters of life, I hope the splinters are always pointing the correct way. And until we meet again here next month, stay safe, stay well, look out for each other, Have a safe journey home. God bless. Thank you very much and good night. And before we finish, I'll ask everybody to stand for our national anthem. Come on up here, lads, and we'll all stand together. Lovely.